And then, of course, y'all heard that Avengers 5, that previously was titled Avengers Kang Dynasty, is now being directed by the Russos, but is also no longer called Kang Dynasty and is now called Avengers Doomsday. And well, because they are calling it Doomsday, you can tell by the colors already that if you're going to call it Doomsday, you got to have a Doctor Doom. And we learned, as was no big surprise, that the new Doctor Doom of the MCU is none other than Robert Downey Jr. himself. Robert Downey has been cast and been announced to play Doctor Doom, Victor Von Doom, in Avengers 5, Avengers Doomsday. So, what do I think about this? I have already said that. Oh, actually, let me go ahead and just let y'all know this before. We also found out here that in Avengers Doomsday, Doctor Doom is going to appear, Doctor Strange is going to appear, Fantastic Four, and the Thunderbolts. All of them are going to show up. All right. So here's my issue. My issue is actually the same when I talked about it before. Remember, we heard about this rumor that Doctor Doom, or that Robert Downey might play Doctor Doom or whatever, and I was like, no. We all talked about this in the last couple of what was that, last week before? Like, no, this would be dumb, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Now, let me be clear. I love that the Russos are back. I love that we're at least getting one of the writers back. I love Robert Downey Jr. as an actor. This guy can do the damn thing. I love Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom is one of the best Marvel villains, period. These are 4 things that I love, okay? So don't come in here talking about, why are you hating, E-Man? Why are you hating all the time? I love these 4 things, but it doesn't mean that I have to love them together. And the fact that you're forcing Doom in this early, I have apprehensions about. But more importantly, my issue is the transition, and it's the transition in the storytelling. What is the stories that we have until Doomsday, right? You have Captain America, because Deadpool, not really a spoiler, but to me, Deadpool did not really tell me anything about what's going to happen in the future of the MCU. It didn't really do much for me. So Deadpool kind of felt self-contained right then and there. You got Captain America, you got Thunderbolts, and you probably have Fantastic Four. Maybe Fantastic Four will be a lot bigger of a setup, maybe. But in those 3 movies that are coming up, because I'm not counting on Agatha, I'm not counting on Ironheart, I'm not counting on these movies to tell me very much else about what's going to happen in Avengers or anything like that. What's going on with Kang? My problem has been Kang and the treatment of Kang. I'm not talking about Jonathan Majors. And let me be very clear. I don't have a problem with Jonathan Majors, because to me, even like, hello now, started the Kang gang now. I was pushing the Kang gang. I was excited with the character of Kang because Kang had endless possibilities to just be fantastic. Let's not forget, Kang was that guy that came in and was like, you an Avenger? What? Didn't I kill you before? I'm sorry. It's such a blur. Because all them Avengers that I killed in all them timelines, man, are you the one with the hammer? Where is that Kang? Because to me, that's what Marvel promised us. That wasn't something I made up. That wasn't something fans made up. That's what Marvel advertised to us. And that's what Marvel gave to us. And that's also what Marvel fumbled for us. You showed us a villain that was so capable of defeating multiple versions of Avengers. You showed us a villain that was so terrifying that his other variants had to plot and scheme against him just to get rid of him. And you let this man get foiled by some super ants. And you let this man sit here and get defeated by a C-list Avenger character in Ant-Man and get tossed in, I don't know, some other dimension or whatever. You raised our expectations that Kang was an issue, that Kang was similar to a Thanos level threat. I mean, I'm sorry, Thanos only killed half the population of one universe. Kang destroyed the lives of trillions of people in multiple universes. So, yeah, Kang was being built up to be a much bigger threat than Thanos ever was. So, you raised our expectations for that. You fumbled it in Ant-Man. You also sat here and showed us a whole council. You got a whole council of these guys. And then you sat here and made this man's own creation. He's the one that created the TVA. Okay? He's the one that's been wiping their minds and creating them because he's been manipulating time from the beginning to the end. And you let his own company police him? And that's the ending for Kang? That his own time police that he controls, that he has always manipulated, destroyed, rebuilt, they're the ones that took care of the Kang problem? And let me be also clear about this. I understand that audiences were not gravitating to Kang. I get that. That's not audience's fault. That's the writing's fault. Y'all sat here. That's Marvel's fault. Marvel made Kang not compelling after they hyped him up. So when you sit here and fumble this character that has endless possibilities of being a fantastic threat for years, by the way, because that was all of phase 4. I don't like this idea that we're just going to magically skip over him as if, oh, problem solved, he's done, and jump right here to Robert Downey and Doom. And before I go back to him, let us be very clear. Kang is the easiest character to recast in all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You might struggle recasting Wolverine. You might not want to do Iron Man. You might not want to do Captain America. I get that. I get it. This is literally a guy that's got a fulfilling variance, and you could literally plug in any actor you need to play that role. Coleman Domingo is still sitting right there. Denzel Washington is still sitting right there. Y'all have y'all options. So something tells me that y'all did not care deep enough to undo your own mistake. And therefore, the introduction of Doctor Doom with Robert Downey feels and reeks of pure desperation. I'm not saying that I don't understand it. I get it. Y'all need a win. I get it. Y'all need something sure, bona fide, that's going to make $2 billion. And I'm pretty sure Avengers Doomsday is going to make over $2 billion. And I will be one of those people there to watch. I'm going to be there. But that does not give Marvel a pass in the fact that right now, as it's been reported, because it's been reported that they're moving away from Kang, it's obvious that they literally changed the title from Avengers Kang Dynasty to Avengers Doomsday. It's obvious that in your past writings in Loki and in Ant-Man, you guys have dropped the ball, in my opinion, with this character of Kang. I don't like this transition. And the reason why I don't like it, beyond the fact that you're just dropping all this potential with Kang, I don't like the idea of just jumping straight to Doom. Now, here's the thing. Okay, the comic fans, don't come at me now. I know Doom is part of Secret Wars. I always expected Doom to show up in Secret Wars. My issue is the storytelling. Oh, that's it. If I'm not expecting Kang to show up in Captain America, I'm not expecting Kang to show up in Thunderbolts. Maybe he shows up in Fantastic Four, but I doubt that, which means there's not a lot of room for you to give Kang the proper ending that I think he deserves. And again, I'm not expecting Kang to be the villain forever. I fully always expected Doctor Doom to step up, show up, and do his thing. My thing is like, why don't y'all just go the similar route that you do with all other villains? Do y'all remember when phase one, when everything was going down, we thought Loki was the big bad? We was like, dang, Thor's brother's about to mess people up. Oh man, this is crazy. Until we got to the end of Avengers and we found out, wait a minute, it's not Loki, it's really Thanos behind all of this. That's what I'm talking about in terms of a transition. They didn't just ditch Loki and just be like, all right, y'all, here go Thanos, and now we're just gonna give you Thanos. No. They took their time with the storytelling to establish bad guys, to give you threats, and to let you know whatever you see here, this guy over here is still a bigger problem. In my opinion, that should have been a similar, maybe not the same, but a similar path that should have been taken with Doom. But when you push Doom smack dab in our face that fast, I don't believe it's a good transition from Kang. And let me give you one other point that might explain why this is an awkward thing for some people. Because I know people are like, man, this feels desperate. Man, this feels weird. Let me explain why this feels awkward, at least to me. This is more than likely whoever Downey is playing, because I think they said that this is actually Victor Von Doom. And don't get me wrong, Robert Downey is a fantastic actor. I'm pretty sure this guy can do an Eastern European accent. I'm sure he's got the acting chops and the range to make us believe he's somebody else. I get it. But he's not, at least from what I understand, and maybe we'll be corrected. I don't believe this is the main Victor Doom. I don't believe it's the main Doctor Doom. This probably is a variant. And if it's true that this is a variant of Victor Von Doom, because it clearly can't be the 616 version, right? Because that would just be awkward. Why does the 616 version look like Tony Stark? So if this is a variant of the 616 Doom, which means there is no Doom right now in the 616 that we know of, if this is a variant, I don't think it's a good idea to show us the variant before you show us the true character. I don't think it works. I think it's hustling backwards. For example, if you're going to give me a variant of Doctor Strange, do you know how that works? It works by establishing the main Doctor Strange. Because once you have a base level, now people can see, oh, what if? Oh, what about this other version? It makes sense. Look at DC and go look at Superman. You needed 50 something years of Superman before you could start talking about a Superboy, before you could talk about a Supergirl, before you could talk about Steel, or you could talk about all these other clones or versions of Superman. You have to establish the base first. So if you're coming in here hot with these variant versions of the character, and we haven't even been introduced to the character yet, I think you're playing with fire. I think it's an unnecessary gamble. Now, again, we could have easily gotten some more Kang somewhere. Not saying he has to have his own movie, but we could have gotten some more Kang. And then in Fantastic Four, end Fantastic Four, maybe with Doom. I'm not even saying he has to be the main character, but as long as we get an introduction to Doom, and then maybe in Avengers 5, and this is just how I was thinking about it, maybe keep the Kang storyline. Show us what Kang was capable of, because we don't know. All we've seen is we just heard that he took over a couple galaxies or whatever, and that was it. A couple timelines. I would have appreciated Marvel delivering on what they promised us. Show us that Kang dynasty. Show us how Kang can cripple the Avengers. Of course, show us how the Avengers fight back and all of that. And then maybe at the end of Avengers 5, you bring in Doom and you show that Doom is a bigger problem than Kang. Kill Kang if you want to. I don't care. Whatever. And that sets up Secret Wars. And that establishes the character. We don't need a variant at that point, because you could have just introduced us to the main one. But now you introduce in a variant, which, by the way, I don't believe this is going to be the new Doctor Doom forever. But this just lets me know Robert Downey ain't going to be here forever. Let's be honest. Marvel done pulled out all the stops because y'all know when Robert Downey signs these contracts for anything Avengers, they got to pay him $1 billion per movie. So he ain't going to be here forever. The fact that that man said the dollars made sense. He ain't going to be here forever because they're not going to be able to afford him forever. So clearly, he is going to have to be a one and done. He's going to have to come in for Avengers 5, maybe come in for Avengers 6, and after that, bye-bye. Thank you for the $2.5 billion. Bye-bye. But this also feels like many of you have already felt desperate. I didn't need Robert Downey to come in. To be very honest with you, if they had simply said Doom is coming, I don't care who the actor is because Doom is that dope of a character. And by the way, the Russos, I believe they also said this on screen. I believe they sat here and actually said we couldn't imagine anyone else to play Victor Von Doom except for Robert Downey Jr. What? Mads Mikkelsen is right there. Is he a joke to you? Cillian Murphy is right over there. Are they jokes to you? You got all these talented white actors, a plethora. Listen. We already know how they struggle with black actors. You know you got a whole ocean full of white European-looking actors that can sit here and play Doctor Doom, but only Robert Downey? Either that is an insult to every single white male actor out there, or y'all have zero visibility. You have zero imagination. I don't know which side you want to pick with that. I've told y'all I hate that. It's a weird backwards compliment. Only you the only one that can do it. Forget all of y'all, but only you. Like, what you insult him to insult all of them? Like, what is happening? Stop doing stuff like that. So I am very mixed right now with this whole decision. Again, of course, I'm going to go watch this. Of course, I'm going to throw a watch party for it. Of course, I'm going to see it. I'm probably even going to really like it. But damn, this whole thing comes off as mad suspect. Just crazy suspect. Don't like them leapfrogging Kang. I know some people didn't like it, but again, I'd prefer Marvel to deliver on what the hype they boosted. They boosted up Kang, not us. They did. But anyway, what do y'all think? What do y'all think about Robert Downey coming in as Victor Von Doom, probably some variant, whatever? Do y'all think that he's even going to look like Tony Stark to other people? Like the other characters? Or are they going to pull like a Terrence Howard and they're just going to be like, oh, look at that guy. He looks the same. I don't know. Whatever you think, feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. This was just a segment of one of my live chats, and if you're interested in joining in on the next one, be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications for more. I've got more videos and reviews to do for you all, and until next time, I'll see you all later.